I'm sorry. I just know that wasn't my son that did that. I don't know why he did that. I'm sorry.
An attack at the University of Texas that grabbed the nation's attention. Distraught parents of the student accused of carrying it out tell KVUE what they think happened to their son.
And new video captures a campus gripped with fear, desperately waiting for police to arrive.
How blessed I am to be his mom. And once he got through this, we were going to celebrate at SeaWorld.
Plus, they'll never get to take the trip, but after a young boy's death in Round Rock, the statewide effort to honor his memory.
And kids share their unfiltered, raw fears to help parents understand what it's like to be a teen in a new generation. The Night Beat starts now.
He was just eerily calm, so I almost didn't realize it was an attack happening.
It's been just over a week since a UT student stabbed 4 people in broad daylight, killing a freshman at the school.
Tonight, the suspect's parents talked exclusively to KVUE News and the Austin American-Statesman.
Tony Plahetsky is in our studio now with their story. Tony?
Well, Mike and Quita, Kenneth and Shantina White are devastated. Their hearts broken for their son, who they believe had a mental breakdown the day he stabbed 4 UT students, killing one of them. But they are also heartbroken for the victims, especially the family of 19-year-old Harrison Brown. Tonight, they open up, offering condolences and asking for forgiveness for their son and pinpointing what may have happened to him. He is a grief-stricken father trying to understand. Trying to understand how his son, Kendrix White, went from being a high school scholar in Killeen to this. Arrested in a stabbing attack at UT 9 days ago.
We did not see this coming at all. We monitored him, we came to visit, we called, we did everything that we thought was possible. You know, I don't know if we missed something or I don't have an excuse for it.
The Whites, who were both in the military, trace a change in their son to this intersection near the UT campus. On April 4th, he had a crash that led to his DWI arrest. At the time, White told police he was taking what he described as happy pills. Their son, the Whites say, was never the same again.
Just wasn't himself. You know, you asked him a question and the answer was just erratic. There was no reasoning to his answer.
They took their son to the ER. That led to his involuntary commitment in a psychiatric ward and numerous neurological tests.
3 patients that have been stabbed.
On the day of the attack, the Whites got a phone call from an attorney representing Kendrix on that DWI charge. The lawyer said she was looking at photos of the arrest happening on the UT campus, and it looks like your son.
That's when it just all started feeling like a nightmare. You know, it's like, this is a bad dream. This is not happening.
I don't even know how to put it into words. This is not the child that we know.
Tonight, Shantina White has apologies.
We're so sorry. We're so sorry. We didn't see this coming a mile away. We're so sorry.
And advice for all parents.
Pay attention to your children. If something don't feel right, something don't seem right, pay attention.
Now, the Whites tell me that their son was never officially diagnosed after an array of tests, but Mike and Quita, they helped get their son back to UT in April, and we're staying in touch with him until, of course, they got that awful phone call.
Heartbreaking story all around.
All around.
Exactly. Certainly this is about the victims, but you do have to feel for those parents as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
And regarding Kendrix White, he is still in the Travis County Jail tonight. The 21-year-old has been formally charged with murder and is held on a $1 million bond. According to arrest documents, White told the police he did not remember what happened that afternoon.
Now, new video never seen before of the attack at UT and the man who helped police take down the accused killer. The Night Beat's Jason Puckett has that story.
This video taken right after Kendrix White stabbed 4 students on UT's campus.
I've got the subject on the ground at Jester.
You can hear the UTPD officer tell White to drop the knife, a large Bowie-style weapon. The man behind the camera then goes inside to see White on the ground getting cuffed.
He didn't have a facial expression, like he was emotionless. He didn't seem like he was sorry for what he had done. He seemed like he was something normal. Like,
let me see your other hand, put it straight out in front of you.
Yakov Leva was working at a food truck just feet away.
Truck is that? I didn't think it was real because he went in way too easy, like butter. Like he just went in effortless. It didn't sink in until he removed his hand and I saw the blood coming out.
Leva didn't run or hide. Instead, he locked onto the man with the knife, Kendricks White.
Everything else didn't matter. I just saw him walking towards more innocent people, you know, that had no idea what was going on.
He started running after White, yelling at anyone nearby to get out of the way.
Even the way that he was walking like walking with like swag, like he had this little lean going on, and it bugged me so much, like seeing him walk away so calmly.
Leva says White attempted to stab at least one more person, while Leva and a coworker alerted police to White's location and that he was armed. And that...
we caught him right at the door.
Led to this.
Do not move or you will be tased.
He's opening the door, right? And then the cop tells him to show his hand. He looks back.
The officer was able to overpower White and get him to drop the knife, which Leva then stood on to keep out of the way. Once White was arrested and as his adrenaline wore off, Leva returned to help the stabbing victims.
I mean, I did what I felt like anybody else would have done. You know, I wish I could have done more.
He says he can't get the stabbings out of his head, but there's no question he kept more from happening.
I asked this guy, I'm like, what did you see, you know? He's like, well, I was just coming out of this building, and I saw some dude yelling, like, go away, get away, there's a stabbing, somebody just got stabbed, run, run. And I just, you know, he ran back inside. And then he looked at me, he's like, I think it was you, you know? He said that, and I was like, you know, that's when it clicked in. I'm like, you know, like, it did work.
Jason Puckett, KVUE News, Night Beat.
Freshman UT student Harrison Brown died in that attack. According to court documents, White stabbed Brown in the chest. 3 other students were injured. They have all been released from the hospital.
Shifting gears to weather, we're in the 70s tonight with an overcast sky, increasing moisture out ahead of some shower chances overnight, and even a few thunderstorms for tomorrow. Pretty quiet scan on Max Storm Doppler radar right now. Just off towards the west of us, though, near Del Rio, near Uvalde, some strong to even severe thunderstorms producing some hail. Models have that activity weakening as it gets a little bit closer to the I-35 corridor. Numerous tornadoes reported today near the Panhandle and along the Red River in southwestern areas of Oklahoma. And at this point, we believe the greatest threat of severe weather will remain to the north of us. So passing shower tonight, a thunderstorm possible tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, and then some drier air lowering the humidity just in time for Friday and the weekend. Your full forecast is coming up.
Thanks, Albert. New at 10, we want to tell you a story about a little boy. His life was brief, but it impacted everyone he met. And now his legacy could become known all across the state after inspiring a Texas lawmaker. The Night Beat's Chris Betts joins us to explain. Chris?
Well, Quita, it's nicknamed Brock's Bill after this little boy in Round Rock. Central Texas Representative Larry Gonzalez filed the bill to officially designate May 17th as Diffuse Intrinsic Pontingliomas Day, or DIPG, after Brock passed away from that rare inoperable brain disease in December.
And then he wrote his name.
There are pieces of him.
It shows our love.
Everywhere.
We used to do Eskimo kisses.
A bright-eyed, brown-haired boy.
He couldn't be 5 minutes without me.
Named Brock.
Little cutie pie. See how he's leaning on me? Yes. This is his room.
His room is a special place in the Flemings' Round Rock home.
For now, I wonder how it is.
Not because it's filled with superhero stuff, animals.
He knew everything about them.
Pictures of fast cars and burnt orange.
I went to UT and my brothers did too, so he wanted the UT.
These are things you can find in all young boys' rooms. But in the corner...
This is all Christmas presents that he had picked out. He just never got to play with.
He never got to play with. That's because last year, 7-year-old Brock Fleming was diagnosed with cancer.
To have your kid look at you and expect you to fix this and to tell them there's nothing. And so that's when his spirit started to go down.
Like the superheroes on his wall, Brock fought his cancer with superhero strength. He battled for 7 months, and boy, did he battle.
I mean, his breathing was very strained. His blood pressure was really high. His heartbeat was off the roof.
Then, in December...
That I heard a breath, and then I didn't hear a breath, that I had to get through it.
Brock's body couldn't fight.
And I don't think mentally I was ready to know that he was gone
Anymore.
And then that's when James said he had passed.
Brock died from a type of brain cancer called diffuse intrinsic pontine gliomas, or DIPG.
And I didn't even know that was possible, honestly, for a little kid to get brain cancer.
Now Brock's mom and dad are fighting to bring awareness about these 4 letters.
A lot of the medical field, they don't even know what DIPG is.
So no one else has to close the door to their child's room forever.
House Bill 2986 was voted out of committee last week, so next it will go to the House and then the Senate. There is a fundraiser for Team Brock. That's this Friday at the Avery Ranch Golf Club. And to find out how you can get involved, just click on this story on KVUE.com. Mike Quita.
Oh, Chris, thank you so much. I can't even think about it. Thank you.